I've noticed in the tabloids that they're really pushing this Gleb and Brooks Nader publicationship, which is a Dancing with the Stars couple. Every season they have a publicationship, and this one seems very fake.
It's a showmance.
It is. It is a showmance, and it's like, are you just using this to distract from something else? I'm not sure.
No, they're using it to get attention for the show.
Yeah, probably.
Because, like, whether it's American Idol or any other reality show, legacy reality show that's been on for 100 years, you know, if the content itself is not enough to bring people to the screens.
Yeah, and Anna Delvey's gone, so a lot of people wanted to watch for her. So, you know, good luck to them. I hope they have a very long and happy
And it might be real love. It's just that they're choosing to share it. And you know, if you're on that show, that like if there's any spark or interest, I love Mike's face, by the way. He's just like, oh.
Real love.
Real love. I'm just saying, or like, even if you're like horny and you're like, something's here, you like, when you're in that, you know enough to like, maybe we should be around a camera right now.
Yeah,
Maybe
if you're super desperate for
we should tell
attention.
people like, oh, I don't know, we had a really fun night last night. You know, there are ways to get people's attention, whether it's in like intentional or
I just think her
passive
publicist is like,
aggressive.
let's make you a thing, and so people know your name. You know,
Just like her very fake relationship 3 months earlier to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if you want to see a real relationship on Dancing with the Stars, check out Jen and Sasha.
Oh, okay.
We've talked about that one, but
Yeah.
I think
You
that
have.
one might be a little more.
Who's Jen and
Jen
Sasha?
Tran.
Jen
she
Tran's
was
the
a
one.
Bachelorette.
She didn't know she was going to be on this season because traditionally the Bachelorette winner actually waits like a year and then they bring them in.
Yeah.
They already had Joey from The Bachelor. Well, once she got her and Devin broke things off,
They're like,
and
let's
he had
get
his
Jen.
situation. Let's just bring her in. And I don't know, that one feels a little more organic. Plus, if you read the tabloids, they're not force feeding that one in our face
Right.
like this one.
This
So
is
There
definitely
aren't
forced
secret
fed.
cameras that just happen to be in the right place at the right time.
speaking of secret cameras and forcing stories upon us, let's do some blind items today. Let's get things started with this first one. The permanent A-list singer can say what she wants, but the minor injuries were the result of user error during drug use, just like the accident from a handful of years ago.
What?
The permanent A-list singer can say what she wants, but the minor injuries were the result of user error during drug use, just like the accident from a handful of years ago.
Britney.
Yeah. We just talked about this one.
On our
Yeah.
radio show,
Yeah.
if you're watching on the
That's
YouTube, we talked about Britney Spears having a fireplace incident wherein she allegedly burnt off her eyebrows. Chiseled
Oh, her chiseled bangs.
bangs.
Yeah. And also
eyebrows.
no eyelashes.
I think chiseled means like frizzled. Maybe she was thinking frizzled.
I don't know.
Because like if you ever done that?
Plus,
Where
that
you, like,
British accent, it's really hard to tell what she
It
was
is.
actually talking
True.
about.
Like-
It's true. Maybe that's a Britishism. Chiseled.
Could be.
Chiseled.
She's going all in with that.
By the way,
Yeah.
have you ever actually had like a lighter incident, like smoking a ciggy?
I've not.
Yeah, I have done that. Where you
Yeah.
end up singeing some hair.
See,
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering this question because the blind items were maybe a little more specific about maybe the type of drug she was doing. And I'm like, how does somebody mess up their eyebrows
Well-
doing that drug in that way? I'm confused.
Oh, so they're implying that it wasn't the fireplace. It was
No,
just
there's
the
a-
That's the blind
drugs.
item. The blind item we just did here. Britney Spears can say what she wants, but the minor injuries were the result of user error during drug use, just like the accident she had from a handful of years ago, of course, when she nearly set her gym on fire.
I mean, I don't want to buy this because I don't want to buy it, but I'm assuming the like using that it's, I don't know, crack.
Crack.
Well, because that's the only one you'd be like getting up close to a, right?
This was implying meth, but I don't
Meth.
know.
Oh, meth.
Yeah.
Meth.
There's
So
all
meth
kinds
or
of things.
crack?
You can smoke anything.
Or maybe she was trying to do that thing. You ever done that thing with like a can of hairspray?
Sure.
Make a flamethrower?
Sure.
Oh,
When I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like 10.
That was,
To kill a bug outside.
Or just to do it?
Beavis and Butthead were really big back then, yeah.
Well, it was the 80s. We literally were unsupervised
Yeah, that's
with a
absolutely
house
true.
full of knives.
I mean, I had an ice pick and I was putting marshmallows on the end and then just lighting them on fire.
I had a friend that if we helped him mow lawns, because he was a lawnmower, he would go around the town mowing lawns. If we helped him mow a lawn, we got to go into his dad's garage and light stuff on fire.
Nice.
It was a fun trade-off when you were like 12.
Of course.
So there you go.
Well, I hope this isn't true.
Me too.
I just thought she was maybe drunk or doing some drugs and then tried to light her fireplace.
No.
You know, they're just saying a fireplace wasn't involved.
They're saying not at
They're
all.
saying it was drugs.
They're saying it was drugs. And by the way, I did a Google search, a very light Google search on our work computers to try to like establish how this works. And apparently facial injuries are super facial and ocular burns are super common. And that's why I brought it up when you said, have you ever had a lighter issue smoking a ciggy or whatever?
Well, one time, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was such a thing, but apparently it is.
One time I was smoking a ciggy. It was winter. I was wearing a sweater. Man, I missed that sweater. But it had these little fine hairs, almost like mohair.
Yeah.
And so it was very windy. And I remember cupping my lighter. And by the way, I was in Japan at the time. So in a smaller town. So
of course.
I kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. And I was walking down the street and I laid down to light my ciggy. It doesn't light. So I'm like, my whole sweater, all of the mohair little bits just went up. Like I watched it go down my arm, like
It's
a big cloud of flame, and then it just singed everything. And I'm just doing.
Oh my God. Jeez.
Well,
You can imagine I stuck out
you know what they say.
a little bit.
What?
Mohair, mo problems.
Exactly.
Let's do another blind item here. Don't let the recent PR photos fool you. Those were months ago. This permanent A-list singer hasn't seen her husband in weeks by her choice, but it's okay. Her bodyguard is keeping her warm as usual.
Wait, what?
Don't let the recent PR photos fool you. Those were from months ago. This permanent A-list singer hasn't seen her husband in weeks by her choice, but don't worry. Her bodyguard is keeping her warm like usual.
Oh.
J-Lo?
She doesn't have a husband anymore.
Well, you know.
Okay, so this implies somebody we've seen together, and we're like, oh, that's so cute. But actually, she's getting schlumped by the bodyguard. Okay.
Have we heard rumors of them breaking up? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
A-list. Oh, it's
Permanent
Did you say
A-list.
husband?
Uh-huh. Don't let the recent PR photos fool you. Those were from months ago. This permanent A-list singer, I'd say permanent A-plus list singer, hasn't seen her husband in weeks by her choice, but it's okay.
Barbara Streisand.
Bodyguard's keeping her warm as usual.
Beyonce?
Yep.
What?
Okay.
There's been rumors for years in the blinds about old Julius and Beyonce, but according to the blind items, don't let those recent PR photos fool you. Those were from months ago. Beyonce hasn't seen Jay-Z in weeks by her choice.
Uh-oh. Does this have to do with any Diddy scandal stuff?
You said it.
Okay.
I mean, the blinds would probably go there in a
The blinds would
heartbeat.
probably go there pretty quickly.
Now, Mike, this is not a representation or a reflection on you.
Of course not.
I don't care. Not about the blind.
Yeah.
But about the reality of the blind, which is if that's the case and they have, like, let's say they have a totally separate life. I mean, it would be kind of sad, right?
Yeah. I mean,
But
you know,
they have a
it's
child.
kids.
Sure.
But for the children, I'm just like, people do things or don't.
What?
Well said.
I'm just saying, like, when you're in a high profile relationship, we castigate celebrities all the time. Like, can't you just make it work? You've got all this money and privilege. We did it to Jen and Ben.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, just live your separate lives and be miserable, but enjoy all your money and the
Why,
fame.
though? Why? Yeah. I mean, they have business ventures together. That's hard to, just.
I'm just saying, whatever the reality is, I hope they're happy. And if they're not, I want them to be happy.
Couples, like regular couples, like normie couples. If you are
Like
mad
us.
at, yes.
Not you and I,
yeah.
but like our respective
Yeah.
couples.
Like,
Hey guys, we're dating. Spoiler.
So we can't get away from each other. Rich people can.
Yeah.
Very easily. Like if you're with a partner and you start to hate them or something goes wrong, you have to go back to that house that you own together.
Yeah.
because who can afford to just go get another house or, travel to Paris and just live there for a couple months? Nobody can do that normally.
I think all those rich people in like the 1800s, they just had enough to live their own lives and do their own thing.
I think they planned it that way. They're like,
kept
whatever.
it from everyone else. It's
I'll
fine.
have a dalliance on my own.
And then they,
Yeah. What?
I've been watching The Gilded Age. So
You have?
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
It's Dawn's favorite.
I love
But I
it
love
right
Downton
now.
Abbey, so obviously I was going to love it.
How far are you in?
Like 4 episodes, I think.
Why haven't you told me this?
I did, actually.
You did?
I told you that we were 2 episodes in, I think. I think I told you we'd started. We did a whole segment on it.
Anyway. We didn't do a whole segment. That's
I
just in your
told you,
mind.
Boobs on Tubes it's a segment on our radio show. I told you we started The Gilded Age.
Okay. Maybe you watched it a lot on your cruise and it happened
I
on your
absolutely
cruise.
watched 0 television on a cruise. Why would I do such a thing?
Late at night.
Mike,
Yep.
help.
You want to do some blind items?
Please.
Let's roll on and do another one here. The comeback TV show was bad. The comeback movie was worse. But things are now about to get terrible for this A-list actress who has one of the most impressive dating histories in Hollywood. That's because one of those past relationships were with Diddy, and she knows a lot.
Comeback movie,
So the
TV show.
comeback TV show was bad. The comeback movie was worse, but things are about to get terrible for this A-list actress who has one of the most impressive dating histories in Hollywood. That's because one of those past relationships were with Diddy. She knows and has seen a lot.
Is the person she's with now, is he friends with Diddy?
I actually don't know her current.
So it's not Mila
relationship
Kunis?
status. No, it is not.
So I'm just trying to think of people that have been somehow loosely connected.
Did he have a long relationship
Did
with
he?
Diddy? Or did she?
I wouldn't consider it a long relationship. No.
It's just something we just don't remember from the 90s or something.
And was she in this TV show and movie Comeback?
Yeah. So this was her TV comeback. It was bad. Her movie comeback was worse, but things are now going to get terrible for an A-list actress who is one of the most impressive dating histories in Hollywood. One of those relationships happened to be with Diddy. She saw a lot and knows a lot.
It's not J-Lo, is it?
It is not.
Okay.
Was it recent Comeback?
Yeah.
Oh.
The movie was very recent. The TV show was like in the last year or two.
And she was in it and it was crap. And she dated Diddy. Wow, this should be a slam dunk.
And keep in mind, not only did she date Diddy, again, she has what the blind is referring to as one of the most impressive dating histories in Hollywood.
Okay.
History.
Was the TV show like a procedural?
I honestly don't know much about this television show.
Okay.
I don't think anyone did.
It wasn't like
Because it was crap.
It was pretty bad.
like a Law and Order CSI type of a procedural show.
I mean, it went 6 episodes. It's
6?
no.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that kind of show. So,
It was a TV miniseries.
and they brought it back.
Based on
So
a
it was
novel.
something that was brought back, meaning
It wasn't brought back. Her career was trying to be
career.
brought back. So this is somebody who was maybe higher on the list in the past, including some very, very high profile relationships. And I mean like the highest of profile relationships because she has one of the most impressive dating histories in Hollywood. The TV show sucked. The movie was worse. And I'll say that movie was in the last handful of months.
Oh. Okay.
That's a pretty big hint.
yeah, you'd think.
Terrible movies in the last handful of months
Terrible movies.
that
It's
we
not
maybe
Megalopolis.
talk often about.
Oh,
We do?
talked. Did Dawn see it?
No.
Did you?
Is it
Yes.
a romantic movie?
Oh, you saw it and it was crap. Remember that story Mike told us about that movie that was crap?
There were 2 movies we always were talking about this year.
Okay.
Megalopolis and
Oh, yes. Cowboy Slim. Wasteland. No, what's it called? Grace Town. Yellow Woods.
Yellowwoods.
Oh,
It's not
Horizon?
Yellowstone.
There you go.
Horizon, thank you.
Horizon.
You remember who starred in
Who was
Horizon?
in that movie?
Oh. Yeah. Cutie Pie.
who
She's
dated.
blonde.
Who dated everyone, apparently, according to this
Really?
blind item.
I don't know who this is.
Is it not oh god. Is she foreign born?
Nope.
Okay. It's not Kirsten Dunst.
Nope.
It's not it's like someone
Do we know her?
Uh-huh.
yeah.
You probably know her name more than you know her projects. She's been in some very high-profile projects. And again, we probably know her more from dating people than we do from actually being
An actress?
an actress.
Wow. Okay, so
Oh
Kate
god.
She was in a
Beckinsale.
couple of Bradley Cooper's biggest movies.
Not Jennifer Lawrence. No. Was she in Horizon?
Yeah.
Okay, it's the one where you're like, "Oh, she's in it."
Yep.
It's the biggest name, I would say.
I know, but I don't
outside of
know
him.
who that is. I can't even
Her initials
picture.
are SM.
Stephanie Mendowitz.
God. Sienna Miller.
There you go.
There you
Nicely
go.
God.
done. Let's take this
She
journey.
dated Diddy?
Yeah, let's take this journey, as I said.
yeah.
The comeback TV show, which was called Anatomy of a Scandal, was bad. The comeback movie, which was called Horizon, was worse. But things are about to get terrible for Sienna Miller, who has one of Hollywood's most impressive dating histories. That's because one of those past relationships were with Diddy, and she knows a lot and has seen a lot. Let me go ahead and give you people that Sienna Miller has dated.
Okay.
Orlando Bloom, Jude Law, Daniel Craig, Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Bradley Cooper, Josh Hartnett. Shall I continue?
Yes.
I can't. That's it.
That's
No,
enough.
there are a bunch of other names that aren't as high profile
a
as those.
lot.
Apparently, the reason Leo DiCaprio left Giselle was Sienna Miller.
Oh.
Remember
okay.
Leo and
What's
Giselle?
she got?
I don't know.
She's hot.
And
I
apparently,
mean, she was raised in London, born in
Yes,
New York.
born
So
in New
she
York.
does have a British accent. That's probably why I was confused. But I still couldn't think of it.
and apparently the
Oh, I thought you were saying that's why she was hot. Like, oh, all those men dated her because she had a British accent. Duh.
no wonder Britney goes with the British accent.
Yes.
By the way, she also, according to the tabloids, if you believe it, is also the reason why Diddy left his baby mama.
Wow. Sienna Miller.
To
She got that.
so I don't know, but apparently there might be some
Also,
stuff out there.
I want to hear
She
about
might know
the
some
men,
stuff. Yes.
please.
What?
I want to hear about the men with the stories, the men who should be afraid, the men who are concerned.
Yeah.
Like
Because-
Ashton and Jay-Z.
Not the women that are like dating Diddy. Like, I don't, maybe that whole, you should be held accountable for something in that. Like, if you knew a crime committed and you didn't report it,
Yeah.
okay, fine. But I'm talking about like the aiders and abettors. So, but there's this whole narrative about all the women
Yeah.
around Diddy, like, that dated him. Like, J-Lo needs to be really afraid.
It's like, how about?
And I mean, maybe she does, but I just also think there's probably a lot of men that need to be afraid. Leo.
Definitely.
Who else did you say?
Jay-Z, Ashton Kutcher. I mean, there's a
Ashton
long
Kutcher. Don't even get me started.
He's ugh.
There was a story. I'm just going to, can I just drop
You got
this?
time? Go for it.
Yeah.
There is a piece in the Daily Mail entitled, Ashton Kutcher is afraid that Diddy is going to make up allegations about him and all his friends.
Okay.
I'm like, Ashton Kutcher's afraid, not that Diddy's going to say something,
About the things that he actually did, that he's going to make up stuff.
but that he's afraid he's, which sounds to
he's
me
got
like a
lot-
PR person trying to like lay
Get
the
ahead of it.
groundwork
Yeah.
for some stories that might show up that might indicate or implicate Ashton Kutcher. I'm not saying there are because I don't know, but when you see a story like that pop up out of nowhere, it's like,
This is a
Like,
guy
you're not
who
going to be able to undo.
I mean, I'm afraid we could all be afraid Diddy's going to just randomly make stuff
like
up, but
he has
why
a-
would he feel like that's going to happen?
It's definitely PR work because Sean Diddy Combs has so much more to worry about than implicating somebody who didn't do something.
Yeah.
So you did something. That's
Yeah.
what it tells me.
Like, oh, I know I can get out of this by just saying, Ashton Kutcher did it too.
I mean, Ashton Kutcher, there's so many interviews with him and Diddy together talking about their party lifestyle and what they do
Yeah.
and how they throw on, because it was first just Diddy and then Ashton Kutcher joined his little
And
party.
the things that Ashton Kutcher has said literally on camera are problematic.
Yeah.
And even prior to the Diddy stuff, when he, talked about how he was attempting to, with his co-star, trick a 14-year-old into making out with him, a.k.a. his now wife, Mila Kunis.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, the guy he was trying to do that with is now in jail.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Danny Masterson.
That was such a
Who
gross...
he and his wife have already had to do some other PR work. Well,
That
maybe they
was
hired a
such
new
a
PR
terrible
person.
interview.
Hopefully. Like,
Ugh.
just don't talk before I talk to you. That's what I would tell my client. Do not say anything.
Yeah.
It is my job to protect you from yourself.
Never speak.
Never
Don't
speak. Never speak.
Let's do another
That's
blind item.
BDEPR right there.
Yeah.
Last week, this...
Call us first before you talk to the Daily Mail. Sorry, Mike.
Oh, you're good. Last week, this A-lister was using a higher-on-the-list celeb who needs some good PR to sell his latest bad investment. This week, he's back to cheating on his wife. Hopefully, it's not with the interns again.
Ew.
It's not good.
Last week, this A-lister was using a higher-on-the-list celeb who needs good PR to sell his latest bad investment. This week, he's back to cheating on his wife. Hopefully, it's not with the interns again. Again.
A bad
So-
investment.
So do these two, they're both A-list celebrity. One's higher on the list.
Yes, we got an A-list celebrity, an A-lister that was using a higher-on-the-list celeb to try to get some good PR for that latter celeb.
Okay.
This week, he's back to cheating on his wife.
Okay.
Just a nice uplifting blind item here to wrap things up today.
Okay. It's not like a George Clooney, Brad Pitt, because he's not married.
It is not.
And they're both A-plus list. Ooh. Using, so are they seen as like
So they're both actors.
No. In fact,
Oh.
only one is really known for ever acting, but he's not known for acting now.
Oh, now I'm even
We've
more
seen him
confused.
in front of the camera.
But how are they
more
described?
than-
A-list?
An A-lister was using a higher-on-the-list celeb who needs good PR to sell his latest bad investment.
Oh,
This week, this A-lister is back to cheating on his wife, and hopefully it's not with the interns.
again.
This is not a Harry thing, is it?
That's the second part. What was Harry doing last week?
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Probably at some charity event I talked about.
Or
He was-
hanging out with an A-lister
Okay.
to promote an A-lister's bad investment.
Oh.
Who?
An A-lister who we've talked about maybe having problematic relationships with people who work underneath him on a particular show that airs at a certain time of the day.
Noon.
Now we're trying to establish
All of
time.
those people that are on at noon, a.k.a.
Us.
us.
It's Bradley.
Radley.
From
Bradley.
Bluey?
I said Bradley.
Uncle Radley?
Uncle
said
Radley. It sounded like she
Bradley.
said Radley, didn't
Because
it?
there's a buzzer at the same time.
Oh, blame it on the buzzer, girl.
I don't know who this is.
Clear. It's clear
A-lister
because you can't even remember my name.
who appears in front of the camera at a certain time of the day.
Okay.
We see them at a certain time of the day.
Okay.
Are you talking about like Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Exactly, Jimmy Fallon.
Exactly, Jimmy Fallon.
And what's his product?
Did you see what
Wait.
him and Harry were doing last week?
What's the investment?
Jimmy Fallon has the scare something or other. It's this haunted mansion maze thing at Rockefeller Center that he's promoting.
And
You
Harry
obviously
was
didn't
there?
see
No.
you didn't see this
we
video.
didn't see any of it.
Last week, Jimmy Fallon was using Prince Harry to get some good PR because Prince Harry certainly needs it while they were promoting the latest bad investment from Jimmy Fallon, that being this scary event that
It's
you
a
can
bad
enjoy.
investment?
Well, I mean, I don't know. The blind item's implying it's not doing
Don
very
would
well.
go to that event.
I don't know. It's like a haunted house and a haunted maze. It's for the kiddos, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe more than the kiddos because Prince Harry was shaking in his boots a couple of times. But according to the blind item, he's back to just cheating on his wife and hopefully not with the interns this week.
Road.
Yikes.
Roadie to the
That's
max.
Blinds do not love Jimmy Fallon, nor do they
No,
love Prince
they
Harry.
haven't.
So
That's true. And they have come for Jimmy Fallon several times. And,
Yeah.
well, Prince
Remember
Harry, we
that
know.
whole thing when it was like, he's drunk all the time?
yep.
It kind of went away, didn't it?
Or did it? Well, tune in to Blind Items every day and you'll find out what's hot, what's not, who's in it, who's out of it.
And
We're on the
who we
radio.
are.
We're on wherever you get your podcasts. We even got a whole YouTube channel where you can see our bright and smiling faces. I'm topless. Like and subscribe. Tell all your friends about.
Blinded by the
Blinded by the item.
Bye.
Blinded by the item.